have some bad news. Confidence, it isn't coming, at least not in the way that you think it is. Because I remember sitting at my computer before I launched my podcast and thinking, who am I to do this? I wasn't a famous entrepreneur. I didn't have an audience. I had never hosted a podcast before. And I definitely didn't feel confident. But I kept thinking that maybe confidence would just show up first. Maybe after a few more months. Maybe after I learned a little bit more. Maybe after I figured everything out. Except that's not what happened. The podcast launched before I felt ready. My first interview happened before I felt ready. And my first client, it happened before I felt ready. There's still things in my business today that make me nervous. Because confidence isn't something that's just waiting for us on the other side of some magical finish line. Confidence is something that's being built every single time that we do something uncomfortable. And if you've been following this series, this is actually one of the big places where aspiring entrepreneurs get stuck. They have a good idea and they're totally capable, but they start waiting for a specific feeling instead of just allowing themselves to take action, which is exactly why yesterday I had you tell people what you were doing. That wasn't just about visibility, it was about accountability. Because once people know what you've been working on, it's much harder to quietly quit on yourself. And that's important because confidence is a muscle. And muscles don't get stronger by just thinking about a workout. They get stronger from actually doing the workout, right? And the same thing is true in business. You don't become confident and then you take action. You take action and then you become more confident. So I want you to truly be honest with yourself. What's one thing that you've been putting off because you just don't feel ready? The post, the conversation, the email, the offer, whatever it is. Do it anyway, because confidence isn't the reward that you get before taking action. It's the reward that you get after. And be sure to hit follow, because tomorrow we're chatting through how to avoid killing the momentum in your new business.